When testosterone is discussed, attention often turns toward age. Many men assume hormonal changes are simply an inevitable part of getting older. Age certainly influences hormones. At the same time, age is not the only factor involved. Body composition also plays an important role. In many cases, it plays a larger role than people realize. In this discussion, attention will be given to the relationship between body fat and testosterone, why the connection is often misunderstood, and how body composition influences hormonal vitality over time. Let us begin with a simple observation. The body functions as an interconnected system. Hormones influence metabolism. Sleep influences hormones. Stress influences hormones. Body composition influences hormones. These systems communicate continuously. Because of this, hormonal health rarely depends on a single factor. Now consider body fat. Body fat is often viewed only as stored energy. However, it is biologically active tissue. It participates in signaling processes throughout the body and influences metabolic function. This changes how body fat is understood. Rather than acting solely as storage, it becomes part of a larger physiological environment. This is often overlooked. Many men focus exclusively on body weight, yet two individuals may weigh exactly the same while having very different hormonal environments. Muscle mass may differ, fat distribution may differ, activity levels may differ. As a result, metabolic and hormonal health may also differ. Now consider abdominal fat. Some fat is stored beneath the skin, while some is stored deeper within the abdominal cavity. This deeper fat, often referred to as visceral fat, is particularly important because it is closely linked with metabolic health. Over time, increased visceral fat is frequently associated with reduced insulin sensitivity and greater metabolic strain. This helps explain why metabolic health and hormonal health often overlap. The systems are connected. A different picture begins to emerge. Rather than viewing testosterone as an isolated issue, it becomes possible to view it as part of a broader physiological environment. What matters here is that hormones respond to conditions. The body continuously adapts to the environment it experiences. Sleep quality influences that environment. Stress influences that environment. Body composition influences that environment. Another factor deserves attention. Body fat contains an enzyme known as aromatase. This enzyme participates in hormone conversion processes within the body. As body fat increases, aromatase activity may also increase, influencing hormonal balance. The goal here is not concern. The goal is understanding. Understanding allows decisions to be guided by physiology rather than assumptions. It is worth pausing here. This relationship helps explain why some men experience improvements in energy, vitality, and well-being when body composition improves. The improvement is rarely driven by one mechanism alone. Multiple systems often improve simultaneously. Sleep may improve, movement may increase, insulin sensitivity may improve, inflammatory signaling may decrease, hormonal regulation may become more favorable. Over time, these effects reinforce one another. This helps explain why sustainable lifestyle change often produces broader benefits than initially expected. Now, this does not mean every man with higher body fat will experience identical outcomes. Individual variation always exists. Health conditions differ. Genetics differ. Lifestyle patterns differ. The objective is not perfection. The objective is understanding trends and supporting the systems that influence them. This shifts the focus away from appearance alone. Body composition becomes less about aesthetics and more about function. Muscle contributes to metabolic health. Body fat influences metabolic signaling. Movement supports both. Together, these systems influence the environment in which hormones operate. This holds more significance than it may initially appear. When health is viewed through this broader lens, hormonal vitality becomes less dependent on shortcuts and more dependent on system stability. The conversation moves away from quick fixes and towards sustainable physiology. This brings us back to the central idea. Body fat and testosterone are connected through a wider network of biological systems. Understanding that connection creates a calmer and more practical approach to men's health. Rather than chasing isolated solutions, attention can be directed toward improving the environment in which hormones operate. Future discussions will continue exploring how movement, recovery, body composition, and lifestyle systems contribute to long-term hormonal vitality